is shaking out there? What's going on in the world outside of the Pacific Northwest? Man, looking out the window here at the studio, and a week ago we got 2 feet of snow. Today we got spring light weather and no rain, just sunshine. A little cool, but you know what? It's all right, man. Good afternoon, everybody. Studio 10-4 is live right now, and we are going to be bringing you a show today talking about Matt's Mid America Truck Show and the Paul K. Young Truck Beauty Championship. We got 10-4 cover trucker JC Alt in the wings, waiting to come into play there. There he is a couple years back when we did a cover story on him and his truck, the Tiltin Hilton. You guys might remember that truck. Some great shots of it we're going to be sharing here in a little bit. So JC patiently waiting in there to get in and talk to us about that and a lot of other stuff. Of course, very involved. JC's very involved in the Paul K. Young PKY Truck Beauty Championship truck series, and it's kind of like the go-to guy, man. I think the buck stops with him. Of course, you got Toby on top of that list, but JC's kind of running things out there in the lot with all the show trucks and making it happen out there. So, man, already got a bunch of people tuning in. Look at that. Good to see y'all. Jamie Williams in Vegas. Hey, whatever happens in Vegas, buddy, be careful out there. And Miss Stephanie Haas herself, the diesel addict. Kevin, what's going on? Eddie, hey, man, I hope you're well, buddy. I think if I saw something, you said your brother is not feeling well, so I hope he's doing better. Pete Henderson, good to have you on the show as always. So we are coming up on it, man. But before I get too involved in Matt's and Mid America Truck Show, which of course that's going to be happening at the end of this month in 2 weeks, really. Annette, how are you doing, darling? Good to have you on the show. Got yours right here. There it is. Oh, look at that. The yellow. I can't do it. It's just not going to happen. You can't have the yellow. And there it is. We got it. So that's this month's cover. Y'all be looking out for that. In fact, I've got a nice photo of that in there as well to share with you. But good to have Annette in the house. Things going on in 10-4 world. In April, of course, we've got our show coming up, which is the one right down here at the bottom, Trucking for Kids, right there. There it is. That'll be happening the 29th and the 30th. Of course, you can go up here and check it out right there, too. So 29th and 30th of April, and it'll be down in Irwindale, California at the drag strip down there again, as always. 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, drag racing on Sunday. Exciting stuff that's going to be going on down there all weekend long. Love to have you guys in play down there. Be sure and show up. But the main thing you need to do, especially you guys that are going to compete, I want you guys to pre-register. Get yourselves online. Get down to right there, Trucking for Kids, truckingforkids.org. Check it out. Or you can go to 104magazine.com, whatever suits your fancy, and click on the 10-4 magazine. I'll show you a fact right here, just real quick, because we're there. But if you look up here at the top of our page, TFK Truck Show, it's right there, and it'll bring you in as well, and you can get registered right there. The page is live. Just click on it, and you will be taken to pre-register your truck. Now, the cool thing about it is that you get pre-registered, which we really want you to do, but you're going to get a chance to get a bonus bucket. The bonus bucket's full of all kinds of great products from vendors that participate in the show. It's all free to you. It's a 5-gallon bucket full of some awesome products. There's only 200 of them. Okay. We've got room for 400 or 500 trucks, but the first 200, the ones that pre-register, those are going to be the ones that get those buckets. There's only 200 buckets. So get in there, get pre-registered, let us know you're coming. And we can't wait to see you at Trucking for Kids 2023. Looking forward to you guys being there. Let's go back. There we go. Other things that are going to be happening down at TFK, I want you to know about vendors. If you want to be a vendor at Trucking for Kids, get a hold of us, and we would love to have you. You want to donate, we would love to have you donate, obviously, whether that would be cash to the cause or a prize for the silent auction. There's a lot of great ways to participate and take place to support Trucking for Kids. Jeff, what's going on? Mr. Jeff Patello in the house, creator and renovator of the Trucking for Kids golf cart. Can't wait to see that thing. Uh, get involved, man. Be a part of the solution down there and help the kids out. Everything we do goes to the charity. It goes to the kids to help out and take care of them and make them feel better. Get them the things that they need. It takes money to do that, and we do our part to generate that cash by having the truck show. You guys help by showing up. I would say, if I'm not mistaken, too, Dan's online here, Mr. Dan Lins could correct me or add to it. But tickets are available, I believe, right now as well for spectators. So spectators, we love to have you guys there Saturday and Sunday. Sunday, 9 a.m. Is when it'll open up for you to come in, and you can check out all the racing, all the action that's going to be going on. First, get a look at all the show trucks, and then wander over to the grandstands and check it out. Get yourself situated, comfortable, and ready for some trucks to be racing. It'll be happening all day. I hope to be live streaming the races again this year. It had such a good result last year with it, and I really hope that I get to do that again. I think I will, and there's nothing saying I'm not. It's just kind of timing wise, put it all together. Jeff wants a booth space and wants to sponsor a race. Well, you know what, Jeff? Hey, man, we need a lane sponsor. So, yeah, Race Lane. There you go, bud. Right on. I love it. So get on that, Mr. Dan Lins, Mr. Tim Sieben. There's a lane sponsor right there. We'll have to hit up the boss man and see if he wants to get at the other lane again like last year and have you guys just kind of be those guys every year. Wouldn't that be cool? Other things people can do certainly is just show up and have a great time. But man, there's plenty of stuff to be doing out there. Uh, Mr. Hey, everybody be nice to Mr. Chris Darch. He's a longtime friend of mine. Actually known this guy, believe it or not, since kindergarten. This is a friend of mine from over in Carmel Valley, California. We grew up together. So Four State already took the other lane. Congrats. All right, boss man Brian on it, man. I figured as much. And that just doesn't surprise me. And can't wait to get connected with everybody for Mid-America, what we're going to be doing there. Let's finish up with Trucking for Kids, though, right now. We got a kid zone and everything that's going to be happening this year again. It's going to be probably bigger and better than it was last year even. We got 2 days worth of it, so what the heck, right? You guys can bring the kids over. There's going to be contests and prizes for the kids. So listen, you know what? You don't just have to sit there and babysit. You can put them into places and have some fun and enjoy what the kids are doing with them and then check out everything else that's going on at the show. Well, let's get over to Matt's. Oh, a couple other things, actually. Before I go there, I want to talk to you about NHRDA. That is the National Hot Rod Diesel Association. There's a couple of events that are coming up, and I've got some promos that I want to share with you guys. The first one that's going to be coming up is going to be, and this is, let's hope we got it, April 14th and 15th. Wild Horse Pass Motorsports Park. That's Chandler, Arizona. And 10-4 Magazine and Pickett Custom Trucks sponsored the Desert Diesel Nationals. Come see the big rigs in action on April 14th and 15th in Chandler, Arizona. Our good friend Mario for Mario High Performance Diesel sponsors the Hot Rod Semi-Class on the Desert Diesel Nationals. So got Mario in there, and Mario's truck is back and it's alive. I've got a shot of that. There's that. Bam, right there. That is the beast, and it is running. Can't wait to see that. Should be in Louisville again this year. So looking forward to seeing him there as well. Oscar Velasquez, how you doing, buddy? There's another drag racer right there. Dan, don't worry, man. I got you there, but I don't think I said it was a babysitting service. I think I said you don't have to babysit. You can have the kids over there and have some fun with them, so you don't have to worry about babysitting. You're going to be there with them, parents. So yeah, it's not a babysitting service. Definitely not. Anyway, good to have Oscar on the show, and can't wait to see Oscar at the races as well. So looking forward to everybody being involved. Also, one more event that's going to be affiliated with us, and that's the NorCal Diesel Nationals coming up on May 19th and 20th. Again, 10-4 Magazine sponsoring that event, NHRDA in Redding, California, and I will be there for that one. That's going to be a great one to come out and check out. We're kind of, I like how things are shaping up this year for the shows and the different things that are happening. I think we're hitting stuff at the right time after having such hot seasonal events like we've had in the past. I think we're getting things timed out good for us out here in the California sunshine and heat, especially in the areas like Redding, California, where man does it get hot there. So it does. Trevor, what do you do? What do you have for kid activities? We were brainstorming early this year for a show consider positive. So I guess that call me after the show was meant for Trevor. So Trevor called Mr. Dan Linz. Yeah, tenfold. You got it, buddy. I'm looking forward to shows that we're in the really hottest part of the year, June and such. They're going to be flipping over to the other side and hitting the fall season. I think everybody should be happy about that. That's a great time to have a show. Things will be cooler, and you won't be out there dying on the asphalt at a truck show. Can't wait to see what goes on in Joplin this year too. That's going to be great. GBATS is back. It is a year for GBATS. So let's talk about some MATS action. So Mid-America Truck Show. This is the 51st, if I'm not mistaken, and of course JC and I'll talk a little bit about that. But as far as 10-4 magazine and what we're going to be doing, incidentally, we have some things that are going to be revealing at the show. One thing I want you guys to check out, everybody. Here's something new for us. I want you all to scan that, and I'm going to pull down my background here real quick. There it is. That is our QR code. I'm announcing this on the show. This is a giveaway that we're going to be doing after Mid-America. So we'll be doing 3 days of opportunity for you to scan this QR code. What do you get if you scan the QR code, you ask? We are giving away a 1-year subscription, one every day for the show this year. You can enter now. You can scan this with your phone and enter it now. And we will pick winners, like I said, after the show. There will be 3 of them, 3 1-year subscriptions. And we'll be bringing this around to other shows this year too. Excuse me. So we'll have these out there and opportunities for you guys to give up a little email, get a little chance at a subscription for 10-4 magazine for 1 year. And that'll get mailed to you at your location like they always do if you subscribe. And by the way, that's a $60 value. So nothing to sneeze at, got $60 worth of subscription costs there. And it'll be shipped to you the day it comes off the press in a clear plastic sleeve to your location. So get in and get on that, get entered. And we'd love to have somebody win that one and take that home and enjoy their selves all year long with the subscription on us. So if you haven't got, and I'll post this up later. I'm going to start posting this up and around different places, but there it is. Scan it with your phone. You guys will be able to get to that. All right. Mid-America, we've got some things we're going to be bringing along with us. Want you guys to be able to check them out. We will have our poster there, posters and magazines. Of course, this month's magazine, you've seen it. It's on the cover. There it is, the Magini's number 13. That's beautiful California 2-axle hay hauler right there. And we will have plenty of those to be given out. My best advice to you is if you want one, get there and get it as fast as you can so we get you one before they are all given away. Same thing goes for our shirts. We're going to be releasing the new shirts. This will be our special shirts for the show. And on the back, of course, guess what? There it is. In fact, let me take this down again so it's out of the way and you guys can see it. And there it is. That is the brand new 10-4 magazine legendary shirt, created by the creative minds of course, Dan Linz and the Stay Loaded guys. The artist for Stay Loaded is just, the guy's phenomenal, man. I mean, you look at the detail on that truck and the work that he did. It is just absolutely the best I have seen ever on a truck. So congrats to us for having them do it and having it available for you to get it. So we'll see you in Louisville and get yours as soon as you get there and get on the ground. Get in there, get that shirt, and get yourself hooked up. Love to see a sea of new 10-4 legendary trucks out there, shirts on everybody. I tell you, GBATS 2 years ago, our shirts, I think, did really, really well. I saw more of those than I did anybody else's shirts out there, so that was kind of exciting. All right, y'all, let's get to it. Mr. JC Alt, going to bring you on in there, sir, and let's have a little talk. What's going on, buddy?
Not much. What about you, buddy?
Hey, man, I'm doing what I do. You look good in there. You're all styled up. You got the star on the wall. Look good, clean picture and color and audio. And you said you're not a tech guy, man. I think you're lying to me. You looking good and sounding good.
Well, usually I'm not. Usually I'm just me.
Yeah, you worked that out and it came out good. Well, congratulations, you got it all taken care of. Glad to have you on the show. We've had you on the show before, and we talked about some different stuff, and I think it was last year. But I thought about it this weekend, and I'm thinking, we're so close to Matt's right now, and your side of it really, which is Paul K. Young's side of it, the Truck Beauty Championship. So let's get JC on here and talk about it. So many things happen at these truck shows, and especially this one. You and I were talking about this earlier. To me and to you, we both are on the same page. This is the Daytona of truck shows. It's the Super Bowl of truck shows. And I think it especially reflects the Daytona moniker because it's the first one of the year and the biggest one of the year, typically. And here it is. It's coming up. So what's happening in your world, man? Are you going crazy yet? You still got hair, so I mean, you haven't lost it yet.
Yeah, it's changed to chrome now. It's not so much blonde anymore. But no, we've actually got close to 200 trucks registered, which we kind of set a goal at 175, and we're close to 200 now. We actually shut registration off a couple weeks ago, and we're pretty excited. We've got some good stuff in the goodie bags. They're already packed, and we're really looking forward to it again this year.
So as usual, I mean, this is the one where everybody gets really, I can't say down and dirty, down and clean. This is that show that you go to where every nut, bolt, washer thing that is on your truck, whatever it is, it better be clean, it better be polished, it better be the best that it can possibly be. So I mean, white glove, right?
Yeah, you hate to see a truck show getting to that, but Louisville, like you said, is Daytona. It is the kickoff. It's the Super Bowl. It's the Masters. It's the pinnacle of truck showing, and unfortunately, it comes at the beginning of the year as to what we're going to see for the year, and people debut new builds and rebuilds, and it's always exciting to see what's lurking in the shadows.
Well, and I think that's it too. You don't know what's coming down the pipe. You got, social media gives us a view, a window into what's going on out there, and sometimes it might be what's showing up. It might not be. It might be part of what's showing up, right? You kind of alluded to maybe there's something like that going on out there this year.
I've got two or three opinions of that. Social media is definitely great. You can kind of see what you're going to expect. Sometimes I wonder, and I think that we're not always getting the full truth. I think that it's a teaser, and there's going to be something else showing up there. I think there's going to be a couple of those this year. Then there's the guys that are lurking in the shadows that nobody know about, and I personally accidentally ran into one, and he's not on social media. He's not showing the progress of the build, which I enjoy both sides. I enjoy the silence, and I enjoy seeing the excitement build up. But the day you want to be there is Saturday or Sunday when those guys pull in the lot, and I guarantee you there's going to be a couple guys that pull in that lot, and people are going to go, who is this guy, and where did he come from? And I think the excitement is just it's just unreal for Louisville, and I think this year guys are going over the top again, and I'm excited to see the creativity of everybody's builds.
Hey, JC, you got to love Victor's sense of humor here. A Volvo will be best to show. April Fools. You know, pick on them all you like. I mean, the any truck any day, you just never know what's going to happen. Is it likely that a Volvo is going to pull best to show? Hell, I don't know. I mean, you just never know. Probably not in this crew because let's face it. Peterbilts and Kenworth seem to rule the nest, but yeah, that would be something for sure. And thanks, Victor, for doing that. That's the first April Fool's uh, that I've seen of any kind coming down the pipe. And I've been asking about that. I hope somebody does something. I hope there's some sense of humor about this thing a little bit, just to break it up a little, especially on Saturday. I mean, who knows what's going to happen. And by the way, we got a bunch of past competitors at the show and winners as well in the audience today as well. So glad to have you all on board. And man, here it is. You got Dave McKinney, Caleb Hammett, Jamie Williams, David Geltmaker. There's a bunch of guys in here that are winners and have done this. So, if you were to explain this show to somebody, the process, just a simple look at it and say, okay, you've done what you can do to your truck and made it the best you can. What should you expect when you come to Louisville and get that truck parked and compete against everybody else in that lot?
There's several different elements of the show. There's always the weather. You'll get to enjoy all four seasons and to their fullest limit because it is Louisville, and it's it's a Louisville experience, and you've got to be clean. And guys have done their homework and have seen what it takes to be on top, and they go to extremes to get their truck to that level. And you don't want to call it cheating, but just doing the little things that put a truck over the top when you have two identical apples. And so it's the creativity of cleanliness and taking thoughts to the next level, and completing the package, displays, personalities, the truck. It's just a combination of things that I think that makes Louisville a unique experience.
I think you bring up a good point there too, and in all the things that you just listed, the driver counts. So you drivers out there, you guys that haven't done this before, if you're watching and you're thinking about doing this, you're part of the show. And the conversation you have with the judges and how you are presenting yourself, the truck, everything's part of it, right, JC?
Absolutely. You don't want somebody, you don't want a competitor, smoking a cigarette, blowing smoke in your face, or talking on the phone while two judges are trying to judge him. You want to give the judge your full attention. They are there for you. They don't care about who you're talking to on the phone. And, it's professionalism. And like I said, it's, a lot of these trucks are going to get down to brass tacks, and, you better have all aspects and all your I's and T's crossed and dotted, because it is, it's just a Louisville experience. And then, that goes for several different aspects of the show.
So in a sense, and I was trying to think of this earlier. I look at Louisville because it's such a huge trade show, and the Truck Beauty Championship. It's a compulsory show. It really is. It becomes that. And listen, this doesn't mean you can't have fun, but I'll tell you, I mean, last year we were walking around out there, and I was live streaming from the trucks parked out at the PKY, and it was cold and it was windy and it was, the usual. I mean, and then the sun came out, and then it, did a little rain and did a little bit of everything. Like I said, you experience a little bit of everything. But bottom line is, man, there's guys that were out there standing, waiting to be judged, and they got no idea when the judges are going to show up. But they're standing out there waiting for that to happen a long time sometimes. That's part of the deal, right?
It is, and it's too bad, but there's so many trucks out there, and we want to give them a fair shake all the way across the board, and we don't want to just walk by and not acknowledge something or somebody and miss a point of their truck that might be something that nobody else has done, and will gain them extra points. And there's so many trucks, and that's one reason why we shut it off, is because it's gotten so big, which is great, but we don't want to lose the integrity and the quality of the show, and we don't want people just showing up for a good parking spot and taking up the lot when there's so many awesome builds being built out there, as we all can see on social media. And like I said, there's two or three trucks out there that when they come in the lot Saturday or Sunday or Monday or whenever they show up, people are going to look and go, who's this cat, and I think that's great. I like I said, I like the surprise, and I also like seeing the progress of people's builds.
Well, you got, I mean, I know for a fact because I've talked to a few folks that, and this happens. And listen, this isn't a bad thing. This just is part of the process. Some trucks get to the point where they've run their course, and whatever you do, you started with, you've gone through. It's had its progress and its process through its life of being available at shows and doing its thing. Now it's done, and that person either is going to build a new truck and bring us out something new and cool, or they're going to take a break for a while. And that seems to, it goes both ways. I'm seeing both things happen. I see a lot of guys that had trucks that they've shown already, and those are parked, and they didn't even really run their course. These guys they're able to build new trucks, and they're on their way. They're coming.
Absolutely, and I probably showed my truck longer than maybe I should have, but I enjoyed doing it, and it obviously it's a good cleaning program and maintenance program. There's some guys out there that continue to show, and are still doing well with what they've got. So it's both sides of the fence there again, and I never really showed my Cabover, so in a sense, it really hasn't ran its course because I haven't been on the show circuit with it. It was just it just kind of showed up, and it's just become part of the family, so to speak, now.
Well, it's a great truck, and we loved it. Obviously, it's what got you on the cover of 10-4 magazine. So we really enjoyed the truck, and so did everybody else. So Tiltin Hilton is still popular and clean and available. So Tiltin Hilton going to be there at the show. Is that what you're using to haul the trailer?
Yeah, absolutely. We painted it up last year, and so now they're kind of married together, and
Right.
so the Cabover will have a purpose and a need, and that trailer gives us a lot of flexibility and storage and capabilities that in the past years we didn't have, and I'm not sure how we did the show without a trailer every year to put all the stuff and the storage and whatnot in it.
So let's talk about that a little bit. You guys are going to have kind of your gathering area where the Tiltin Hilton's at, and the trailer for PKY show, and you guys have a kind of an area to gather and hang out and do what you need to do inside the trailer. What's the layout for the trucks look like this year?
Well, like I said, we've got close to 200, and we've got some more space back there in the back. So the lot's a little bit bigger. So we're not hopefully going to be pressed for space, so to speak. I know the tractor pull did take some of our space back, but that was the fairgrounds. That was not our doing. So I think we're going to have a similar layout as to what we had last year.
Okay, I think that the very positive discussions and talks about last year's layout and how well it flowed and worked out for everybody. I think everybody thought it was a good plan and a good layout. So look forward to seeing that again. There's plenty of room back there too. I think that I don't think you'd ever run out of room. I mean, boy, after they took that baseball diamond out, that changed everything, didn't it?
Yeah, we actually inherited some of that property. Once again, our hands are somewhat tied to the facility and what they're willing to give up. But along with the more room that we have, the last few years I've tried to park everybody in class-oriented class, and I do that for two reasons. One, the competitor kind of gets to see what is in his or her class and what they're up against. And it also streamlines judging so that they're not going from one end of the lot to the other, to find that one truck. And so I'm sure some people probably think I'm crazy when I'm parking, but there is a method to my madness. And that is, we try to park them in the classes, and it doesn't always work, but 97% of them are parked in their class. So obviously it speeds up judging a little bit, and like I said, the competitor can kind of see what he or she is up against.
Let's talk about judges for a minute. Um, being as you are one, I have been one myself at different shows across the country. Um, in your opinion, and obviously, I would think you've got some sort of a formula put together as to why somebody might make a good judge. What is it that makes a good judge? Who are some of the guys, gals that are judges for you?
Well, some of the guys and the gals that are judging for me are, previous, winners down there at Matt's, and, know what it takes to put a truck on the top. One of my buddies, he is a judge, and he has shown, but not on the professional level, but has gotten me to shows and knows exactly what to look for. And I've got him and Ron Huey. Ron's won down there at Louisville a few times, and I put them on my the higher end trucks, if you will, the ones that need and deserve the most attention. I've got Cliff King coming in. He's won several times, and if you want to see a clean truck, just go look for that brown truck in the parking lot. It's cleaner than some of the trucks on the lot, and so I tried to get guys that enjoyed showing and know what it takes to pull all the stops out, and look for every possible detail, and don't leave any stones unturned.
I'm glad to hear that because I think it's important that you have guys, gals, people that know what they're looking at. And I think in some shows, especially ones that try to consider themselves, a higher end show with a more demanding list of things you better have in order to compete. If you got guys, people in there that they're not knowing what they're looking at, it really it can break down a truck to the point where they don't know what they just looked at and they decide, well, that's no big deal to them, but no idea what went into it to get that truck to that point. And some of us look at these things and we know when we're looking at something, it's a one-off, whatever it is. Maybe there's, one-off panels and things that are on this truck that you don't get to buy in the store. These guys made them. And I speak from experience knowing that that's a fact. So good for you guys.
Absolutely. There, especially in the limited mileage, there's guys that are, the two judges that I have in that class, they're at the top of the list and know that didn't come chromed, or, that panel was replaced. And, they know, they've kind of been around it. They drive trucks, and, they can sense and see that the creativity and the one-offness of a truck, and so it gives the competitor a fair shake, and they don't show any partiality to a Peterbilt or a Kenworth, or a red truck or a blue truck. It's a truck, it's a shower, and now we're going from there. They leave every thought that they have of what the perfect truck is at the door, and I think all my judges are very fair and unbiased towards any truck or any build out there on the lot.
So let's get the myth out of the way, and that is a lot of guys. And listen, I'm walking around and I'm live streaming, and I hear the crowd's conversation, people talking, and number one thing that people say at a truck show, they never drive that thing, it never works. And okay, true, some of them don't, but a lot of them do.
So that's one of the things about the limited mileage. You don't have to have your mileage to compete. So that class you kind of got to throw out, that because they don't get their mileage. Some of them are shop queens, but some of those limited mileage, I don't qualify for all my miles that I run, and I run 500 miles a day, but I don't qualify with all the shows that we take off for. I don't run enough miles with my work truck that's in the mud every day to qualify for the miles. So there's both sides of that, but some of those guys, they're married to that truck, and that's the love of their life, or their kid, and
Wife.
Cliff, if you go out and look at Cliff's truck, he hasn't shown that truck probably for I'm going to say the better part of probably 4 years. And when I went out to look at it last year in the lot, it was like, well, why don't you show? Well, it's not perfect. Well, it's a lot more perfect than some of those guys. And that's the heck of it. Some of those guys, uh, they don't get all their homework taken care of, and um, they fall short. They've got something good. If they would just kind of push it to the next level, they'd be somewhere with them. But a lot of those trucks do get driven, and the maintenance and the meticulous of the drivers, um, they do get driven. Some of them.
They do, and there's plenty. And whether this is the show that you're going to see those more at or not, the bottom line is they're out there, and there's other shows out there across the country that really are just working class trucks. I mean, these guys drive in. Hell, some of you look at Trucking for Kids. We got guys showing up. They got loads on, man. I mean, they're that's how they compete. They're loaded and they're ready to go. Once show's over, they're out of there and they're on the road. They're on to their next job. Hey, Bubba, what's going on? Bubba Branch in the house, and Bubba says he'd love to judge sometime in the future. So there you go, man. You might have one there. And Bubba, congratulations. He's going to be inside this year, weathering whatever weather is going on outside. So congrats on that, man. I saw that post of yours today. So we look forward to seeing you there. The other thing that about the whole, shop queen, trailer queens. Excuse me while I take care of some business here. I got a little housekeeping to do. This we got a spammer on the loose here, and I just had to get rid of this guy. So we don't need that in our show. Thank you for showing. Thanks for playing. Now goodbye. And that's rude. How rude is that? Okay, got him gone. All right, sorry about that, guys. The trailer queens and shop queens, I hear that stuff out there too. But the reality of it is, to me, my thing, like when I look at a truck sometimes, and let's just because I come from the dump truck world, I look at a dump truck and I'll look around the apron and the sides, and it's got paint worn off because the guy uses the truck. When I was judging, I never dinged a guy for that because it's being judged in a working class environment, and sorry, JC, there's some comments going across here. So just to kind of fill you in, you probably didn't see it, but this spammer was calling out on Dan and Shan for whatever reason to sign up and make lots of money. And Dan says, I can help you make big money with Bitcoin. Hit me up.
I didn't.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's the beauty of this show. Hey, anybody can log in, but you know what? It's a penalty if you don't play right. So that guy got banned. But anyway, I didn't ding guys for that stuff, and the mileage, the mileage that we would run would never get us into the full on working class mileage requirement like you guys have either. I'm in that same boat as you. You're driving 500 miles a day. Our average was probably 350 to 500 a day as well, but work the hell out of the truck, right?
Exactly. During harvest, and I'm doing what we're hauling cobs, and I think I wrote down 525 again today, but we're wallering in and out of mud. Last week I went to Kansas and came back across Nebraska in that snowstorm, and trashed my truck, but still, I just don't run. We work every day, but with taking off and we just don't add up. And the thing about running local is we've got a certain time. I only have a certain amount of time to run those 500 miles and get those loads before everybody closes. And
Yep.
I don't have the luxury of 24 hours of getting that done. I've got business hours to get that done. And, sometimes that's a little stressful. Sometimes I like it. You're not stopping and eating lunch and supper and breakfast. You're going.
I understand that too. I remember running under a very tight clock, and if you didn't make it to where you needed to be to get loaded, you're done. and you're going to be there until the next day to get loaded because they shut off at a certain time. You got to make it work. Everything's got to fall in line, and if all the dots don't connect, sometimes it's a bad day. So let's talk about some trucks that were standouts from last year, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they bring this year. I'm going to start off with this one right now, and that's the Sands end dump. I mean, talk about taking something beyond and way out there, man. I mean, who paints the inside of an end dump trailer, right?
Absolutely. You know, I know the kind of abuse that those things take, but there again, it was for show. It served its purpose for the show. It was a wow factor. That was probably one of my favorite trucks on the lot. But like you said, it served a purpose, and they came to win the show, and they pulled the stops, and they'll load it and scratch the heck out of the bed, and we're going to go on. I know of a dump truck that's coming this year that's has done a couple crazy things. I've heard through the grapevine. Once again, it's the wow factor, and after Louisville, who cares what happens to it? I guess.
Yeah. Well, I kind of think that might be the case. I mean, look, bottom line is, you've worked up to the point of, okay, biggest show of the year. It's going to be Louisville, and we're going to get ready for that. And then whatever happens after that, we'll see. But, probably it's time to go to work. So can't be just babying it anymore. And now it's time to make some money back on it. For some, that's the way it's got to be. Others, there's some guys out there, let's face it, they are building that trailer queen. It's never going to see a load. It's never going to have anything pulled behind it. Maybe it does, and that trailer's the same thing. That could have been the case with that Sands end dump. I mean, I don't know that they put that thing to work or not. I'll tell you, if they did, man, wow.
Exactly. And that's the case. Dave McKinney, he polished the deck out on his trailer. He uses that trailer when he works, but a flatbed takes a beating. The polish just won't hold up. Caleb, Bubba, they've got those heavy haul trailers. They had the boards all stained up. It all looked really nice. But, I've seen both of their trailers with machines on them, and we pull a low boy. And I know what those low boys, the abuse that they take, getting a machine up on there, twisting it around in the mud and the scratching. And, it's something like that. It's hard to, keep it looking nice. I mean, when I pull a low boy, I put mats down, but still that's a lot of work. So, it's those guys, a lot of those guys are using them, but they're going to lengths to preserve the finish and the quality of their trailer to, prolong the life of it.
Well, I think it goes along with, you look at somebody who's put a truck together like that and is competing at a show like Louisville or any of the other big shows that are out there. It's not just, that they got that truck to the point that it is. Keeping it there is the other thing. And how you use it, how you load it, how you unload it, how you do everything that you do in all your processes with that truck makes all the difference in the world. I mean, you can run it into the ground like some guys do, or you can take care of your business and keep it clean, keep it up and maintained, and go the extra, steps that you have to on a regular basis to keep it looking the way it does.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of guys I know have shoes on, and they haul cattle and they get out and unload, and then they're back in their truck, and their truck is immaculate on the inside. But there again, it's just the elements and stuff that a lot of those guys are enduring. People don't realize the steps that they take throughout the year to preserve it, and then they bring it in and show, and then everybody thinks that they don't work when in fact they do and have been in terrible conditions. But they know a lot of those guys, they come for one reason, and they come to win, and they're serious about the detail crew. I mean, if you wanted me to put an ultimate detailing crew together, Louisville would be a pretty good place to start.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of those guys. They work hours on end and in the weather on end, and you don't like to see all that ill climate weather, but they're out there busting their butts, and they want to win.
Yep. Getting it done. Let's talk about what's going on what days. So we're actually coming in on Tuesday. We'll be at the show all day Wednesday. That's going to be that get ready, get everything rags down day done. And Wednesday night, there's going to be a little bit of a light show, but Thursday night's the official light show, 10-4.
Yeah, we'll judge Wednesday night to kind of get a leg up on the judging. We started that several years ago because of so many trucks, and obviously now that we're up to towards 200, it just makes such a long day on Thursday if we judge all the classes and then go into lights, and then it's midnight when we get out of there, and that's tough on the judges, it's tough on the competitors. So we judge a few classes Wednesday afternoon and then go into the light show. And then Thursday night, guys usually come back out and turn their lights back on so that when the show inside closes, they can walk through the parking lot and see the lights and stuff and enjoy it. But that way we don't keep people out there till midnight after an already long day. We are going to start parking Monday morning. We'll finish parking hopefully Tuesday, if not Wednesday morning. I talked to the truck washer a few days ago, and he is planning on being there Saturday and potentially starting to wash Saturday and all day Sunday, so that when Monday morning rolls around, we'll have the trailer opened up. We can get you signed in and hopefully streamline, start parking, and positive attitude, get moving forward.
Good. Well, I'm going to throw this out there, but we would love it if the guys on Thursday knew how much it meant to everybody to have those trucks lit up. And I tell you, sometimes, you walk around, you're like, well, what the heck? Why, and I get it. Everybody wants a chance to go do dinner or whatever they're thinking they're going to go do, but love to see it if it just, even until 9 o'clock. I mean, I know Dan will be out there taking pictures and if you guys want to get your truck in the magazine, have a chance at that, definitely get them lit up, man, or else they're not going to make it. If you're dark, nobody's going to shoot you. So love to see you. And I'll be live streaming that show as well on Thursday night. And I want to be able to get a good show for everybody to see that's at home watching the show that can't make it out. So I love it if you guys are able to tell them, hey, look, don't just do it tonight. Be back tomorrow night too.
We try to encourage that. Like I said, guys, it just makes such a long day after judging, but we do encourage it. And of course, we can't really enforce it, but
sure,
we try to encourage that they do have their lights on for the people coming out of the show on Thursday night.
Right on. Well, I appreciate that. I know everybody else will too. That's a great night. Everybody loves to have that. As you can see the background here, that's my Louisville background there. You got the astronaut up there floating around, and right behind me, there it is. There's the truck show right there. You see that?
Yes, sir.
That's what's happening. It is truck show time again in Louisville. Well, JC, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I know you're going to be a busy guy from probably as soon as we hang up until the day or two or a week after the show. So it's coming up, and it's coming up quick.
Yeah, we'll be down there. I'll be down there Saturday at some point, getting some things set up in the trailer. The girls will be down Sunday afternoon, and we'll kind of get things set up. And if there's a few strays to get checked in, we might try to get them checked in Sunday afternoon. Once again, to kind of get a leg up on Monday morning. But we're all looking forward to it. There's some good goodies in the goodie bags. We got a few things up our sleeves again this year, trying to make it better. And we appreciate your guys' support, and we appreciate you having me on the show. I appreciate it greatly, and it was good talking to you.
Absolutely. And JC, congrats on, I think what was much success last year. I think it turned out very well, and I heard a lot of good things. So repeat and do it again, man. We'll look forward to it. We'll be there, and can't wait to see you.
Well, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate everybody's support. We kind of got thrown to the wolves last year, and we had quite a few hurdles. So hopefully this year the hurdles won't be there, and we can focus on the show and making it better. And like I said, we've got a few things up our sleeves for this year and in the years to come to making it better and making it to where you definitely don't want to miss coming to Louisville.
Steps, baby. Steps, right? Just take them
Absolutely.
and make them happen. All right. Well, listen, till we see you then, safe travels. Take care of yourself. Have a good weekend and rest up because it's going to get busy quick.
Absolutely. Thank you again for having us, and you have a great
Yep.
evening. Everybody have a safe
All
travel
right.
out there in a couple weeks.
All right, JC. Take care. Be good, my friend. Bye-bye. JC Alt there, folks. Glad to have JC on the show as always, and I can take those off now. I look forward to this show every year. It's been one that I've been going to since the first time I went was back in I think it was 2004, and I can say, wow, what an eye opener that it was to go and see the quality of what guys do and what they came up with. I mean, and back then it was really all out of the mind and hands of every builder that was there because that was a time when there wasn't such a the chrome shop thing really wasn't that. I mean, let's face it, it was the beginnings of it, but it wasn't like it is today. And more and more back then, things were of a one-off nature, custom built, hand built, manufactured by the guys themselves to get what they wanted done on their trucks. I know because I was one of those guys. You just didn't go down into the store and buy, the cab panels and skirt panels and different things. Man, it was just uh, Dan Lenz is just throwing barbs out there. Yeah, there it is, buddy. Remember the year that clown brought a convertible big rig? Jeff Patello, you know that guy. Yeah, and a beautiful convertible it was. That's one of those deals, man. You go back to '04. That's when Brian Martin, the boss man, before he was the boss man, I think he was becoming the boss man. But that's when the outlaw truck was there, man, and that thing was beyond people's comprehension. They had no idea what they were looking at. Here was this primer grade truck, flat, blacked out, painted, everything else, stacks, breathers, wheels. I mean, you opened up the doors and looked at the inside of that thing, and he had, um, uh, custom made cylinders from revolvers with shells still in them, and for shifter handles and all the different cool knobs and everything that were on that build. Man, what a crazy build it was. But the people weren't ready for that. They were used to seeing what was in the lot that they've always seen, and I think that shattered some stereotypes that people had out there. Gene, thank you for showing up and being a part of the show every week, and appreciate you very much. Thank you, Gene. Everybody, say hello to Miss Gina Suji, co-founding member and owner of 10-4 magazine, and our HR person, keeping us all in line, so we're politically correct, I think. Anyway, can't wait to see everybody at Louisville. Also, can't wait to see everybody come out to California and hang with us at Trucking for Kids in April. So that'll be the end of April, the 29th and 30th. Like I said, it's right up there, bada bing. April 29th and 30th, 2023. Want to thank our sponsors that are making that the presenting sponsors, PDI and NTA, and of course our partnership with NHRDA for the racing part of it and the shows that we're going to be participating in with them. Thanks to the folks over at Mid America Trucking Show, Paul K. Young Truck Beauty Championship. Look forward to seeing y'all out there in Louisville. Jamie and all the gang out there in that area, the part of the country. I know we'll be seeing you out there as well soon. And JC and I didn't get to talk about it, but the other big show that's coming up this year too in Joplin, Missouri, GBATS, Guilty by Association Truck Show. JC's very involved in that show as well. So that man gets around and he really puts some time in to make some shows happen. But that show in Joplin there for the four states guys, That's going to be one big monster of a show too. Completely different show than you see in Louisville, but no less as valuable, or even might even be more fun. It's just a real family get together, hang out. Um uh, bring what you got, show what you brought. That's the best way I can put it. And I think it's time to get on back out there again. We do that every other year now. Hey, I gotta put that out there, Neil. I hope you are getting better, my friend. I didn't know you had anything bad happening, but everybody knows Neil from back in the day, Plum Crazy, that truck of his that he built, and of course, Neil I used to work with back in the day as a judge for as well as compete. So that's how we met. I was competing, and then ended up asked to be a judge with Neil and Diane and Bud and everybody. And back in the day, man, those are times I'll never forget. Really enjoyed those people and those times, and all the different folks I met along the way. So appreciate y'all. Listen, next week will be our cover truck show, which will be featuring, of course, Magini and Son right there. That is the cover truck for March 2023. Make sure you guys get your copy of 10-4 magazine. If you don't have one and you want one, subscribe. Just go to 10-4magazine.com and get a subscription. Also want to make you guys available to get yourself a chance to win a subscription. And I'll take this down again one more time so you guys can scan that. Take your phone, go hold it right up there to the screen. And if you're watching on your phone, do a screen capture. And then what I'll do is I'll check with the powers to be and see if we're going to put this up and post it so that everybody can scan it, from our 10-4 magazine page, our Facebook group, and maybe Instagram. We'll see if we get it out there. But it'll take you to a page where you'll just give us your name, your email, and your information, phone number, address. That way we'll know where to send it if you're our winner, and get a shot at winning a 1-year subscription to 10-4 magazine. Okay? So there it is, guys. There's your chance to win a free one. If you don't do that, if you don't win, or just don't enter, get over to the website and get subscribed. Get pre-registered for Trucking for Kids too. That's a huge thing we need you to do. Guys are getting on there, so it's filling up. You want to make sure you're going to be one of the ones that gets the bonus bucket with all the cool stuff in it. You're going to have to get over there and get pre-registered. First 200 only will get a bonus bucket. All right, so till next week, you guys, take care. Be safe wherever you're at. I know there's a lot of crazy weather going on down in Southern California, as well as throughout most of California. Wind, rain, such going on. I guess it's just a lot of variables in there, but we've pretty much got hit by it all here on the West Coast, whether it's 2 feet of snow or in places like Tahoe, they got about 12 feet of snow. So it's been crazy. But I appreciate everybody for tuning in. John Jakes, I don't know if I had a chance to say howdy, but thanks, buddy. Bubba, have a great weekend too, man. Can't wait to see you in a couple weeks as well. And I'll be looking over at you at the booth there. You'll be parked inside, man. What a scammer, buddy. Got yourself in a warm spot, man. So good for you. Joe Wilson, we'll see you, man. And yeah, there you go, Trevor. There's my perfect example. 70 degrees today, wherever you're at in Iowa or Nebraska. And tomorrow, yeah, you're going to get probably ice, snow, rain, and we've got the same kind of crud coming in where I'm at as well. All right, till next week, guys. Keep the shiny side up. Thank you for always tuning in and checking us out at Studio 10-4 Live Weekly Update. Get yourself over to our website, get subscribed, get pre-registered for TFK. We'll see some of you in a couple weeks in Louisville, Kentucky, Mid-America Truck Show, Paul K. Young Truck Beauty Championship. Take care till then. JT out on the side.